Too intimidating. Not warm enough. These are the reasons a hiring manager gave to explain why I didn't get the job. And this was a job that I was really confident about. I had all the qualifications they were looking for, and I knew the organization and the team well. Too intimidating, not warm enough. As I processed this feedback, one part of me had to acknowledge the truth of it, because I don't smile much, I don't have a bubbly personality, and I've been told more than once that I suffer from RBF. And if you don't know what RBF means, you should Google it. But the other part of me felt strongly that if I were a man, I would not have received that feedback. Because the feedback had nothing to do with my skills or qualifications or ability to do the job, and everything to do with how I present myself as a woman in my communication style. Society expects women to be sweet, passive, and accommodating. So when women exhibit masculine traits like being direct and assertive, it's perceived negatively a lot of the time. This experience was disheartening and frustrating, but I also learned and grew from it. In the years since that happened, I'm much more self-aware of how I'm perceived, and I can adjust my approach to suit the situation. Unfortunately, women experience bias in the workplace all the time. Even though we have more representation today than ever before, we still have to battle against all of these social norms that dictate how women should and shouldn't behave. By a show of hands, how many of you have ever experienced bias in some form? Look around. This is a very common experience, and we can't overcome bias until we acknowledge it. So my challenge to you is to first recognize bias and then start to call it out when you see it.